No matter how advanced your car is or how well you maintain it, sudden incidents like a flat tire or dead car battery can still catch you off guard.
Sure, you could call a tow truck, but wouldn't it be better if you could fix it yourself and get back on your way quickly?
In this video, I'm taking a look at two products from Strato that you could classify as automotive first aid: a wireless tire inflator and a jump starter.
I'll take a look at what they're designed to do and how they work. I would also like to say thank you to Strauto for sending me both products at no charge. While the company did supply them to me, it didn't ask for and wasn't given permission to have any input into this video, so these thoughts are all my own.
The Strato Emergency Jump Starter kind of looks like a sleek black power bank with a simple display where you can check the current battery level. It's actually quite a bit smaller than I was expecting, and it's very portable. It comes in a nice storage pouch, which also contains the jumper cables as well as a USB-A to USB-C power cable and a user manual. While the jumper cables are incredibly short, measuring only about 24 inches, this shouldn't be an issue because once plugged into the battery pack, it is completely portable and wireless, so you can place the jump starter incredibly close to your battery no matter where it is. Strato designed the emergency jump starter to work with all 12-volt vehicle batteries with a starting current of 600 amps and a peak current of 1200. These figures should make the emergency jump starter ideal for most consumer vehicles, including larger SUVs.
On the inside is a lithium-ion battery that, when fully charged, Strato says can perform up to 25 jump starts. Although the battery has over-voltage protection for safe operation, the housing doesn't have any external protection like water or drop resistance, maybe making this jump starter slightly less appealing for off-roaders. Hopefully the company comes up with a rugged version of this emergency jump starter if this one sells well.
Using the Strato emergency jump starter is just like jumping your car with traditional cables, and depending on what you own, this may look a little bit different. Connect the jumper cables to the power pack and then clip the red clamp to the positive terminal and the black clamp to the negative. The connector on the jumper cables also has a kind of cool connector box with two lights that will tell you if you have them hooked up correctly. That is pretty genius. Then turn it on to jump the battery and start your car.
And going even further, if you ever did try to jumpstart your car with these reversed connections, the jump starter's reverse polarity protection kicks in to ensure this common mistake doesn't damage the jump starter or your car's battery. Since you may not be needing a regular jump start all the time, this device also has a couple more practical and common applications.
There's a USB-A port which turns the jump starter into a portable power bank so you can charge most smartphones and other small gadgets. Next to the port, you'll also find a built-in flashlight. Let's move on to our second gadget. Like the jump starter, the Strato Rechargeable Universal Inflator has a clean and compact design. It also comes with a carrying case which has all the accessories, so let's unpack to take a closer look. You get two power cables. There's a USB-C version plus a 12-volt or cigarette lighter charger adapter. There's two hoses, a smaller 21-inch and larger diameter 35-inch hose, plus 10 adapters. A Schrader nozzle is included for inflating car, bike, and motorcycle tires, and there's also a Presta nozzle adapter in there too. For small toys, balls, air mattresses, rafts, and kayaks, there's a host of other attachments. The inflator has a maximum output of 120 psi, which should be more than enough for your average vehicle. The built-in 2500 mAh battery, of course, means you can use the inflator even when it isn't plugged in, making it a versatile tool. The top of the inflator features some physical controls along with a digital display that will show you the current pressure and remaining battery. I will say that after using the inflator one hot afternoon, I did notice the display can be incredibly hard to read in bright sunlight. I recently bought a vintage trailer and the incredibly old tires on it were constantly going flat. While I waited to have them replaced, I did need to use the universal inflator on them a few times, and I can say it was really handy to have something wireless.
What I did realize very quickly, though, is that by the time I pumped up to very low tires, the battery had died. To me, that means this tire inflator could be a bit limited in how it might be able to help you out of a jam.
While it is possible to connect the 12-volt power cable and continue to use the inflator with that connected to your vehicle, the cable is pretty short to plug in anywhere convenient to my trailer, so it wasn't an option for me to use it while powered. Your mileage may vary. It does seem to really only be long enough to use plugged into a car or SUV to inflate those tires, depending, I guess, on where your 12-volt power outlet might be located inside your vehicle.
One of the cool things about the Strato Rechargeable Universal Inflator here are the 7 presets you can use for inflating tires and other items, and it means you don't need to have to try to program this device or figure it out for yourself.
These presets show up as small little icons on the top of the display, and the inflator will then restrict the pressure range. You can't get this set up ahead of time because the presets seem to only become visible once you've connected something to the inflator, but once you have, you can choose what you're trying to inflate and let the device manage things for you. There is, of course, also a manual option. And to conserve battery, the rechargeable universal inflator will automatically shut down when it reaches your set pressure level. The side of the inflator includes 2 ports, allowing you to also deflate things, which is ideal for air mattresses. Whenever the inflator's low on battery, you can either charge it directly with the 12-volt power cord or use the included USB-C charging cable.
Recharge time is a lengthy 4 to 5 hours, and the company actually recommends you do give this machine a full charge every 3 or 4 months to make sure it's always ready to bail you out. And in case you're wondering, you can't use this inflator while it's recharging, while it's operational, unless you have it plugged in with the 12-volt cable. I actually do think that's a missed opportunity, and it might limit the use for this inflator in several scenarios, kind of like with my trailer.
Overall, these are 2 products I didn't really know I needed. Having a camper van and now a vintage trailer I'm restoring, I've already found it incredibly handy to have the tire inflator so I can correctly manage trailer tire pressure on the road. Of course, having a jump starter is also incredibly helpful as a backup because a dead car battery can really ruin your day. Strato sells the emergency jump starter for $69.99 US and the rechargeable universal inflator for $149 US.
And if you want to take a look at some other camper, van life, or RV technology, I have reviewed plenty of options. See those videos right now.